Tiff and the Punisher. Rise. Street lights flicker, the city's on fire. Tiff walks the line with a cold desire. Punisher's shadow, the hammer falls hard. No mercy for evil, they're playing their card. Through the alleys of pain and the rivers of blood, they hunt down the guilty, they're the judge and the flood. But every war needs a mind that can see, a voice in the chaos that cuts to the core. Tiff and the Punisher carving the night, punishing sinners beneath the pale light. Becca steps in with that smart-ass grin, brainiac queen, always right from within. She's figuring out the world one fact at a time, calling out the lies with a razor-sharp mind. You think you're clever? Watch me prove you wrong. Becca's in the mix, and the truth marches on. Becca's the spark in the tactical storm, smart-ass remarks that keep the whole team reformed. Equations and evidence, she's cracking the code, while the Punisher's bullets write the final ode. Tiff holds the line with the fearless command. Together they're unstoppable, a punishing band. Becca won't rest till the puzzle is solved. She's right every time and the problem's resolved. When the world's gone mad and the answers won't bend, she'll dissect the chaos and break it again. Smart-ass brainiac, queer the fight. Tiff and the Punisher on the night. Tiff and the Punisher carving the night, punishing sinners beneath the pale light. Becca steps in with that smart-ass grin, brainiac queen, always right from within. She's figuring out the world one fact at a time, calling out the lies with a razor-sharp mind. You think you're clever? Watch me prove you wrong. Becca's in the mix, and the truth marches on. Tiff and the Punisher. Becca's got the answers. Justice never sleeps. Come on. Oh, yeah. They are taking our kids every day. Oh, come on. They can knock at the door. Yeah, they are taking our kids every day. A child a minute, no one has a thing to say. For those who have been isolated, don't be worried, you have a voice today. So listen up, everyone, here is the story. Child Protective Services is real. CPS is what they call it. They want our kids because it fills a lot of people's wallets. We all think it won't be us. We say when they come, we will be so tough. It all sounds good when there's no one to take them. But when they come, your voice gets to breaking. Stay calm, step away. Oh, CPS ain't taking no one today. We are educated. Stay calm, step away. CPS, you need to leave. I know the tricks up your sleeve. Oh, yeah. You can't do what you're trying to do. We have done our homework. Don't do a damn thing without a warrant. You will no longer will steal our kids this way. Tiff! Tiff! Tiff and the Punisher have come for the calling. They are giving us the CPS warning. Their voice is loud and clear. We stop losing our kids this year. Tiff wants to fight the entire planet. She is tired of our kids being taken, goddammit. She's been fighting CPS for 30 years, bringing children home from this disgusting mess. The Punisher screaming out loud, abolish CPS and tear it down. I want all our kids to come back. Look at all those kids' pictures held up by Tiff. Tag, tag. Together we are stronger than we need. We will tear down CPS with hot speed. We will do so much being together. Birds of a feather flock together. So watch out, CPS, here we come, picking you off one by one. We promise to bring back the family and prosecute the case workers unhandily. So give us back the kids. Tiff and the Punisher, sending you all on a vacation. The one with bars in the windows, and the only games you play are on Nintendos. Corruption in courts, here we come. We won't stop until it's done. You judges need to learn what you stand for. This is Tiff and the Punisher. Warrior! Hey! Recognize, dog. And we cry out to all of you out there. We need support for a cause that many don't care. Our children are being stolen away too often. So CPS, we plan on doing the stopping. I stop!
Tiff, we were jamming.
Yeah, we were.
Whew, Lord. Sweat on my brow.
Oh my.
Yeah. Whoa. Holy smokes. Almost went down. Wow. King, Lord Almighty. Tiff, there was someone I kept seeing. I thought that I saw you on the news today because some lady was running around the parade that had a thing on her hat that said Queen. Thought it was
Yeah,
you.
well, no, it wasn't me. I was nowhere around that.
I'm like, she's sitting there lying her ass off. Look at that Queen lady running around over there. She was right over there in the parade herself.
I would have went live.
Yeah, I figured that. Who we got here? Chris, they were trying to take my white away, but we stopped them, but they still not let me. Why I can't have my son? They're trying to take my rights away, but we stopped them, but they still not tell me why I can't have my son. So you stopped them, Chris, right? You're saying that you won, you beat them in that son of a bitch, but they're still not giving you your kid back, right? Is that what you're saying?
Wow.
Man, that shit that goes on, you know, like what is with that? Why are these higher courts not ruling? I mean, the higher courts rule and then they don't listen. Like, how the hell is that? How is that even right? How is that even possible? When the courts listen, the judges are supposed to follow. There's a system, you know, like there's a system. These little tiddlywink courts that we go to that don't matter, but they still take our kids from us. they somehow seem to have more power than the Supreme Court and this Constitution and everything else, it seems. And it's disgusting, and something needs to be done, because that's waging war on the Constitution. That's what they call tyranny. That's what they call
Treason.
treason. Yes. So, and you know what the penalty for treason is, right?
Yeah, hanging.
Yeah, maybe we just need to do that to a couple of these son of a bitches, and they will. Maybe they'll learn real quick that they need to pay attention, because there's so much case law out there, Tiff, that says that they are supposed to follow it. Like, I don't know if they understand how. Well, let's just explain this to people how case law works. So case law isn't law. Case law is not close to being law. Case law is an opinion of a judge that set precedents in a jurisdiction. So mostly you don't see it in the lower courts. They don't abide by it. They don't follow it. They don't even really use it. They usually say that wait till you go to your appeals and then start ripping up case law. All right. But they are supposed to adhere to Supreme Court. Everybody listens to the case law. Federal government, everybody's supposed to listen to it, but they don't have to necessarily weigh in it, but they need to make sure that it has a heavy weight in the way that it goes. And then from there on out, you're damn right you listen to it, but it only got to be in your district. So if you have a case law, let's say from the Ninth Circuit, that's why everybody always talks about Ninth Circuit, or whatever, that's out in California or whatever. Well, that doesn't mean shit to me and Tiff over here in Virginia and Maine. It can lead like they can, oh, well, they ruled like this, but it doesn't mean anything. They have no obligation to uphold that case law. Our federal courts over here don't have any obligation to uphold that. But if you're over there in that Ninth Circuit, then it does mean a lot. So I think people are getting confused with case law. They think that they just throw some case law down. They're like, there it is. There's case law. And that's that. Well, one, it doesn't really even hold as much weight as the true law and the Constitution and all that is. And there's a bunch of stipulations that go with it. So don't just think because you found case law that it's, humdinger and you got the, the part. Yes, it's nice to find them, and it's nice to find opinions that go in the direction that you are trying to go, but it's not the end all, say all, end all. And the say all, end all really is what? It's the affidavit. The affidavit, there's no more powerful weapon out there than the affidavit of truth. Some people will disagree, but that is the ultimate weapon that you have, in my opinion. What do you think about all that, Tiff?
Yeah, that everything you said is right. And I want to go back to the lower courts thinking they're superior. They're not superior. They're actually inferior to the higher courts.
I love that.
And they need to remember that they're the inferior court. They're not the higher court. Any court, like family court, the little state shit.
Yeah.
Those are inferior courts to the federal courts.
Yeah.
So they think that they are the superior courts, and they're not. And I say this all the time. Even Osiris has said it. You said it. Dana said it. We've all said it. Until people are willing to stand up, because listen, if you're in this fight, you have to be willing to bite the bullet and go to jail for a cause. I mean, I'll bite that bullet. You have to stand up. Yeah. But you have to stand up, and you have to remind them. It's sad that we have to remind them that they're an inferior court, not a superior court. And we also have to remind them that these little bullshit hearings, they're not even court hearings. They're administrative hearings.
Yeah, which means that some of them don't even have the jurisdiction, or they've failed due process to even make void or make judgments that are true, that hold weight. But nobody enforces these things. I was just trying to pull something up here. But that's basically what's happening here, is that these courts are even making rulings that aren't even
real.
Right. And but no one's, or they're making, or the higher courts are making rulings again. Like, I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but my buddy here that has had his ruling twice. I mean, now his kids have aged out of the system, so he never even got to get his kids back. But twice, not once, but twice, he went to the state superior and supreme courts and won. And those courts ordered the lower courts to overturn their decision so that these kids could come home, and they never did it.
See, I don't get that, right? Because once again, a
I wouldn't believe it
superior
either.
court is telling an inferior court, you have to overturn this. You did it wrong. Right? So then the inferior court said, we're not doing nothing because we don't answer to you. That's pretty much what they're saying.
Right. And because I think the way that they do it to keep the honor amongst them and everything is the upper courts usually turn it back. And this is the way I see it, and I've seen it mostly, is they give those lower judges the opportunity to correct their wrongs, right? Like they don't tell them that they're wrong. They're like, well, maybe you should go and look at this and, adjust your opinion or whatever.
Right.
Because if you wanted to really do that, you would get a mandamus. And the mandamus is like, screw you, bitch. You fix that fucking shit because you were wrong and you know you were wrong. Shame on you. I'm going to tar and feather you out in front of the fucking courthouse and you are done. Like that's what a mandamus does. Mandamus is like your last resort. Mandamus is the end all. That's the end all. Like once you hit mandamus, that's it. Because that means that you've exhausted every other avenue that you could possibly go down through the courts. You've done a 60B, you've done a tort, you've done everything that the courts would allow you to go up through, and you still got no answer. So you go to the writ of mandamus and hope that someone at the end of that chain is going to say, all right, everybody, you're an idiot, and you need to fix this now, because that's what a mandamus is doing, is demanding that someone fix what the courts didn't do proper. And those are very far and few between victorious as well.
Well, they just don't like to admit they were wrong, and they don't like to. The government will never apologize to you, and the government will never admit that they were wrong, even if they give you your kids back. They're not going to admit they were wrong.
Right.
Not in a million years.
No,
they'll die on that sword.
None of us like to do that, but Well,
I can admit when I'm wrong.
I know, and I don't think I've ever heard that from you, so that's a pretty good track record.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, that's it. I'm trying to look through this here. These I forget how nice Scribed is. Now, do you know about the Family Courts Act of 1984, Tiff?
No.
Neither do I. But there's a lot of it here, so I'm really going to need to learn about that, because I think that's I think that we could get some good information from that. I'm not even sure what it is, but there sure is a lot of them.
Yeah, but if it was done in 84.
Yeah, you were just getting out of prison.
What?
You were just getting out of prison then, weren't you?
I was 14.
Well, whatever.
Then that would knock out that 1984 wouldn't be knocked out by the 1997.
Or it was added to it, possibly. I mean, I don't know. You know what?
I don't know either. We would have to look at it.
Right. I'm ashamed to say this, but I don't know about because everything that we've always talked about or done is so clouded. And I know, who is the big one that talks about a lot of this stuff in his work is Derek. Derek knows all about all these different acts and things that have happened. But this here says Critical Study of Family Court Act 1984. The document discusses the Family Courts Act of 1984, the role of lawyers in family court proceedings. It provides an introduction to the act and explains the family courts were created. Oh, okay, so this is good. This must be telling how the formation of these. Okay, so let's see what this says then. The family courts exercise the entire jurisdiction, which is exercised by any district court or any subordinate civil court in the following matters: matrimonial causes, maintenance and alimony of spouses, custody and guardianship of children, settlement of spousal property. All right, so those are the things that these family courts have jurisdiction in. Do you know what I don't see in there anywhere?
CPS.
Yeah, I don't see any termination of parental rights, right? Because I know that used to be handled by the probate courts. I don't know when that changed, But I know that for a fact because Maine's one of the only 2 states that still use the probate court as the first and last measures when you are in CPS cases with them. I'm not even sure if they still do it now, but they were at the time of our stuff. Now, it says this. It says, in criminal matters, the judge is vested with the power exercisable by the magistrate of first class under Chapter 9 of Code of Criminal Procedure, which is the order for maintenance of wives, children, and parents. The powers of the family court are such. The family court has the power to make their own. Okay, here we go. Here we go, people. Ready to learn? The family court has the power to make their own procedure. Wow. They are not required to record the oral statement of the witness at length. The appeal from family courts lies directly to the high court. That's kind of a good thing. The family court can receive any document or statement, even if it is not admissible under Indian Evidence Act of 1872. So,
Wow.
right there, people, is where we see that the power is either beginning, starting to form, right? This alone, the family court has the power to make their own procedure. I mean, that's a lot of like where we say, like, shit, it's like they're making up their own rules. Oh, okay, because they are. That's right. They were given that. Let's see. So this says Section 9 provides, it says to procedure to be followed by family court. So Section 9 provides that the family court should try to resolve the matter through conciliation and settlement. Says if there's a possibility of settlement of dispute, the court should adjourn the proceedings until such settlement is arrived at. Here we go. This is a weird one. The parties of the proceeding are not required to hire a legal practitioner. However, they are entitled to appoint an amicus curiae to assist the parties in the settlement proceedings. And I'll get you that definition here in a second. And then it says this: in-camera proceedings can be ordered if the parties desire. In-camera proceedings means that the public is not allowed to see the proceedings. Now, this tells me in 1984, with a thing like that, they were allowing these to be put out in public?
Or they weren't closed. They weren't closed like they are now. Right?
Okay.
Like if you go to family court now, the only people allowed in there are the people who's in the case. Like they'll come out and call your name.
Oh, okay. And then you go inside and then they let you come up or whatever?
Right.
When you called up? Okay.
Right. Like everybody else is out in the hallway.
Okay, so check this. An amicus curiae is a friend of the court. So that is a person or organization, not a party to a lawsuit, who files a brief to provide information, expertise, or insight that assists a court in reaching a decision. These briefs, often utilized in appellate courts, highlight broader legal implications beyond the immediate parties. So that's not saying an attorney or a lawyer.
No, they're talking about a mediator.
Okay, a friend of the court.
That's what mediators are.
Are they? Okay.
If the court ever sends you out for mediation, that's who you're meeting with. Whatever that fancy word Darren said.
Amicus curiae.
Yeah, that's gotta change, and I'm going to tell you why.
Yes,
because here in Virginia, you don't go to family court to get a divorce here. You go to circuit court.
Yeah.
And circuit court does custody, visitation, and child support in your divorce decrees.
Huh.
Because divorces, like marriages, are public knowledge.
Who has been the president for 3 months of the youngest? So get this. Advocate Prithisish Roy, who had been practicing for 3 months, was the youngest lawyer appointed as an amicus curiae.
Wow.
So an amicus curiae is an individual or organization that is not a party to the legal case, but that is permitted to assist a court by offering information, expertise, or insight that has been bearing of the issue in the case. Whether an amicus brief will be considered is typically under the court's discretion. So I guess you'd have to look up in your area to see what you have, because I know some places allow different people to represent you in different ways that you can be represented. If you have your friend can, help you out, or does it have to actually be an attorney, or, whatever. All right. So this says provisions of Code of Civil Procedure 1908 are applied in the enforcement of the order of the judgment or the judgment. Okay, whatever that is, probably should look into that sometime soon, huh, Tiff?
Yeah.
I'm going to write that down here. And then it says the court